Shalom. This is Shalomah from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Hakwadash. Double honor to my elders and apostles, the Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And once again, another lesson coming to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I pray this lesson is edifying. And the title of this lesson is that Tough Guy Act is dead. The tough guy act is dead. You know, that may have worked, a few years ago. Now, those that's on that tough guy shit, you getting dealt with by the Lord. All right, so I'm gonna read Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, "Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge." If you can be instructed, you have to be meek in order to be instructed, in order to be coachable, in order to learn. You can't be a know-it-all, that just like to run his mouth the whole time, that can't listen. Every brother that's teaching now, every brother that's a priest, that's a bishop, that's an elder, that's a disciple in this truth, at one point had to close their mouth and open their ears. As a matter of fact, still does. Elders are still learning, still reading, still teaching. All right, so those of you that think you got it, whether you in the truth or you a Christian or you a Catholic or whatever you into, or if you're atheist, none of that shit really matters now, because only thing that really matters is prophecy. Who's telling you what's about to happen before it happened, and telling you things that have happened recently before they happen? Who's telling you that? The prophets are. We're not psychics. We're not what do they call those people? Mind readers and all of that. We just study through the scriptures. Scriptures say study to show thyself approved. And that's one thing I need to catch up on my studying, talking to myself first and foremost. But you got brothers that have studied and still studying. And that just, the Lord is just dealing with them. But you people that think you got it and you can't listen, the Lord is not dealing with you. And you want to put on this tough guy act, the Lord is going to kill you soon. Let me first say this first. I was just watching, my brothers at camp doing the Thursday camp. This guy walked up, tried to be all tough, didn't want to listen, just wanted to run his mouth. And he ended up just, taking it up the block. After putting out all that bullshit energy, he just took a walk, didn't learn nothing, didn't edify anyone. It's just a waste of time. It says, "Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish." And the main thing is, you don't want to hear reproof. You don't want other men to tell you about yourself, to tell you that you're going off, to tell you how to get saved, because you think you know it all. You got it already. It says, "A good man obtaineth favor in the Lord Yahweh, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved." So yeah, we trying to be rooted in this truth. And how do you be rooted? You have to be able to learn. You have to be able to listen. If you can't do that, the Lord just not dealing with you. That's just it. You want to be a tough guy and go into these evil times, especially if you Jake and think that, whatever you got, your house, your money, your guns, think that shit gonna save you. You got another thing coming. Only thing that can save you is the Lord. And the words of the Lord are being spoken through his prophets. All right. Now I got this scripture pulled up in the blue letter because I want to get this word meek. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1 says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. We are not desired, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You need to be the main ones trying to be as humble as possible. Because this devil that has all the power and all the weapons is out to kill you. You want to be a tough guy? You pulling out, you bringing a knife to a missile fight, man. You will get destroyed. It says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before that fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you. Yeah, before that time, you want to get yourself together. It says, gather yourself together. That means get your shit together. Get your mind right. Get your spirit right. All right. Verse 3 says, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth. It didn't say everybody. It didn't say that. That lets you know the 1/3 and 144,000 that's going to make it out of Israel on this side. Those are people that are humble and meek. And I'm going to continue to read this scripture, but I'm going to pull up meek in the blue letter. It says, which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord Yahweh's anger. So yeah, the Lord is seeking those that can be taught, and then, it's a lot of people that's up in age. I want to say around my age and older, that's just stuck in their ways because they experience life and they know every damn thing. They can't be taught nothing. Those are a lot of the older people are gonna get destroyed. A lot of young people are gonna get destroyed. All right. A lot of everybody's gonna get destroyed. But if you can be meek, coachable, instructed, reproved, humble, that's who the Lord is gonna save in that time. All right, so let's get this verse 3, this word meek, and it says, it's H6036.
Strong's H6035. Anav.
What's lucky?
Anav. Second entry. Anav. Anav.
And it's anav in the Hebrew. It says poor, humble, afflicted, meek, poor, needy, poor, weak. Yeah, we're not even tough on this side. Like I said, we tough in the spirit, but in the flesh and kind of mentally drained, you weak on this side. All right, no matter how much you exercise, how well you eat, we are weak on this side. We need the Lord. And in due time, the Lord is going to turn us up. But right now, we're poor, we're needy, we're weak. It says afflicted, humble, lowly, meek. You got to be kind of low, and you can't be proud. What are you proud of? Your enemy is ruling over you. Why would you be proud? You're not on top. Until you can get on top, you should be in this condition here, afflicted, humble. So you should be open to learn and understand that there is a better way. Let's go back here. Now, it's a difference, and because we're bold, and we're bold in spirit. And I want to get this, it's a Wisdom of Solomon 3. No, but that's a good one. That's actually one of my favorite scriptures. It's Wisdom of Solomon 5. And I'm going to read from the top and go down to verse 5. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Now, ultimately, I believe this is talking about the heathens, but you also got wicked men of our own people that just look at us, and they like, you out there still out there teaching, ain't nobody listening to you. And that's going to change soon. It's going to be a huge awakening real soon, and a great multitude is going to start following the true prophets of the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It says, and made no account of his labors. Like I said, there's people out here that just think that we out there for the hell of it. We trying to make money, or it's something wrong with us. No, we out there because we're servants of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yep. So when you see it, when you see the salvation come, and you see the Lord turn certain men up, then you're going to be heavily troubled. That means that your ass is grass, because you couldn't get it. And you see the ones that could get it, that tried to tell you. And they also told you your judgment. If you don't get it, the Lord is going to kill you. We're going into the time of the Lord's fierce anger. Your ass better be lowly and meek and humble. And really now, look at all these things that the Lord is putting the spirit on Trump to really be evil on this place. Like, America is about to be changed. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, because you thinking that you're going to get saved by doing your own thing. Nope. And Esau think that he's still going to continue ruling. No. When Yahweh shall return, Israel is now on top. And those men that's alive and, that's been wicked, that's it for you. You're going to come back in the kingdom reincarnated. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision and a proverb of reproach. Yeah, these was the man that you thought very little of. Verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. But guess what? We're going to be honored in the end through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. How was he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot among the saints? That's how these brute beasts, how these know-it-all, all these know-it-alls out here, all you that put on this tough guy act, and our enemies, Esau, and these other heathens, that's how you gonna feel when you see the men of the Lord finally receive their reward. Lord's willing, I'm part of that number. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. I pray that this was edifying. Once again, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the elect.